Harry here from Urban Specialty Woods. Today's another workshop, and we're going to use Festool Tools to make a live edge table. This is a project you can do at home. So please join me and my team, Jazz, Don, and Sal, and follow along.
Usually what I tell customers, they'll say, oh, I want to keep the bark on. And I tell them, look, I have to tell you that as it moves and lives in your environment, there's a possibility this bark can come off. Now, if you want, I will take out any bark that I can take off by hand. I will, if they insist on keeping the bark. So pretty much, here's the drawer knife. As you can see, the problem with this is when you have really thick bark, that's a lot of work. Whereas get a nice big fat chisel and a mallet, and you can just kind of stick it in there and pull it off. Quick work, and then you're good. But here again, with the drawer knife, so that's about the amount of time we spent to take those 2/3 of it off. So the next step is routing an edge. And here again, like so many other things in woodworking, it's up to you. It's up to, you know, your style, your client, what, you know, all of that thing you do. I'm gonna show you how I do it and what my tendency is because of my eye. So the next step is routing an edge. And here again, like so many other things in woodworking, it's up to you. It's up to, you know, your style, your client, what, you know, all of that thing you do. I'm gonna show you how I do it and what my tendency is because of my eye and what I think looks good and works well. So pretty much, let's say, in a lot of cases, this would be, for some cases, applications, this would be considered the top because a lot of times people want to see this. In a lot of other applications, depending on it, this would be the top. Like if I were doing a table and it had to be a certain width and I was using a certain slab, I would make this the top because this is going to be the widest part. But usually for something like this, I'm just going to use a small round over bit and I'm just going to come along and round it over. The challenge is that this is beveled. So you can't you can't say I want to control it and only be a certain way, because it's not, because it's going to come in as far as the bearing will allow it. The dust collection is set up in the base already. And pretty much, and this is what's nice about that, you got that big thing there. But pretty much all I'm going to do, I'm just going to push it all the way over in. So the only thing with this is you gotta sand that line out. But once you do, you got a nice smooth edge. And there's going to be a line. When you flip it over, you'll be able to see a line where the bearing digs into it here. Other than that, it's just a matter of sanding. I usually do this before I finish sanding the top. That way, when you sand down the top, you sand the edge, you sand the top, and it becomes even less of a round over. If there's a big tear out on the edge, I'll take one of the sanders and feather it in so that it runs smooth. But pretty much, that's edge treatment.